Jack Turner wiped the grease from his hands as he looked out from his auto repair shop toward the small Colorado town of Ridgewood. It was quiet, the way he liked it. Since his wife's passing 5 years ago, Jack had thrown himself into his work and raising his 10-year-old daughter, Lily. She was his world, smart, curious, and full of questions that only a little girl could dream of. Every morning, Jack made her lunch, tied her shoelaces, and walked her to the school bus. Every evening, they cooked dinner together, played board games, and watched old movies. It wasn't a glamorous life, but it was safe. Until she arrived. Emily Carter rolled into town in a dusty blue sedan with California plates. Jack first saw her while replacing a tire for an elderly customer. She stood at the gas station across the street, a lost look in her eyes. Slender, with long brown hair and a quiet elegance, she was the kind of woman who didn't just pass through Ridgewood. She walked into his garage a few minutes later. "Hi. I think my car's overheating. Can you take a look?" Jack nodded. "Sure thing." As he checked the engine, he noticed her eyes scanning the surroundings nervously. She seemed skittish, as if she were hiding something. In the days that followed, Jack found himself thinking about Emily more often than he liked to admit. She came by the shop several times, asking about local places, jobs, and housing. Eventually, she rented the small cabin next to the lake, just a few blocks from Jack's house. Lily met her one afternoon while riding her bike. Jack found them sitting on the porch together, Emily laughing as Lily showed her a rock she'd found. "Daddy, Emily says she used to be a teacher," Lily said excitedly. That night, Jack lay awake. He hadn't let anyone into his life since his wife's death. But Emily felt different, like something new, something possible. "Be careful with her," Sheriff Mike Dalton said over coffee one morning. "I ran her plates. Her car's registered in someone else's name." Jack frowned. "You think she's dangerous. I think she's hiding something. And you have Lily to think about." Jack nodded, but didn't say anything. He trusted Mike, but his heart told him Emily wasn't a threat. Emily's past caught up with her on a rainy night in late October. Jack was closing up his shop when he saw her pacing outside, drenched and shaking. "He's here," she whispered. "Nathan. He found me." Jack brought her inside, wrapped her in a towel, and demanded answers. Through tears, Emily confessed. Nathan Wolfe was her ex-boyfriend, a man tied to drugs, guns, and violence. She had testified against him. Now he was out of prison. "I didn't mean to bring this to you," she sobbed. "I just didn't know where else to go, despite the danger." Jack couldn't turn her away. He hid her at his house, told Lily it was temporary. But one morning, he found a knife stuck in the tire of his truck. That evening, someone threw a rock through Lily's bedroom window. Jack sent Lily to stay with her aunt. He armed himself and stayed up nights, watching for any sign of Nathan. His world was no longer safe. Still, he stayed with Emily. He held her when she cried, promised to protect her. He was crossing a line, and he knew it. It happened fast. Lily's school called. She hadn't shown up. Jack's heart dropped. Then his phone rang. "I have your daughter," Nathan said. "You want her back. Bring Emily." Alone, Jack nearly collapsed. Rage boiled inside him. He packed a pistol, said goodbye to Emily, and drove into the woods where Nathan had told him to come. Nathan was waiting near an old cabin. Lily was tied up inside. "Let her go," Jack growled. Nathan laughed. "You chose her over your daughter." Bad move, but Jack wasn't alone. Sheriff Mike had followed his truck's GPS. As shots rang out, Mike tackled Nathan. Jack rushed in and freed Lily. It was over. Nathan was arrested. Emily's name was cleared. Jack, however, faced backlash. Neighbors accused him of endangering Lily. He nearly lost custody. It took weeks of legal battles and therapy visits to prove he had done what he thought was right. But he never blamed Emily. And neither did Lily. "I knew you'd come for me, Daddy," she said one night. Months later, life settled. Emily found work at a local school. Jack rebuilt trust in the community. Lily smiled again. One Sunday morning, as they watched the sun rise over the lake, Jack turned to Emily. "I'd do it all again. I'd risk everything for you." She took his hand. "And I'd never run again. Not from this." The future was uncertain, but for the first time in a long while, Jack Turner had hope.